Well, I'm going to keep this first part pretty quick since Arthur did such a fantastic job introducing us. So we'll go to the next slide. Actually, before I do, as we're talking today, myself, Bill, Roman, please think about how what we're sharing might apply to your business. We want your questions. Each of us are going to do a brief presentation and we're going to sit down and really have an open discussion. And our goal is to really help you identify where what we're sharing today can help your business grow or prepare for sale. So I spend much of my time working with clients and talking to folks about cybersecurity. Also, their managed IT and compliance, but I'll let the guys focus more on that. So I hear a lot of common objections. I actually heard one yesterday. We're too small. My husband's business just got hit. I was shocked because they're not that big. We need to shake that misnomer that there's some guy in his basement that just decides that they are going to go and try to get you for everything you got. These are nation states. These are different folks that are targeting, looking for the weaknesses that you might have in your infrastructure. Do you have a contractor who comes in once every month, never reboots their computer? So those tricky little patches and software and antivirus updates haven't come out? Well, those are the types of things we look at because it's like leaving the window open in your home or the keys in the ignition. So when somebody comes along and they see it, well, you're making it that much easier. So the not big enough is one objection. Our security is foolproof. Okay, well, let's test it. Let's see. Let us do a quick penetration test. Let's do a quick dark web scan. If nothing else, you have the assurance that your IT really is in a good place. Do you not go for physicals for your healthcare every year, right? If nothing else, it just gives you that assurance. Oh my gosh, we have a huge initiative right now. We're moving buildings. We are growing our team, rolling out a new product. We don't have the time. Guys, you take your eye off the ball and that's when it happens, right? And having worked with clients, having spoken with folks that have been the victims of a cyber attack, I want to help so that doesn't happen. So let's take a look at this from a different perspective. Protect your organization and grow. Okay? So when we look at building a competitive advantage, building trust with your clients, I'll show some numbers later in the presentation that highlight the value that clients have knowing that you are protecting their data. You're safe to work with. I can trust setting up for ACH or setting up the invoice automatically through our system and have payments because I know you're taking the steps to ensure that I don't get hit. You care about me, right? Also building trust through compliance. It's not too far from that, but what it also does is if you're going after certain contracts, government, CMMC, healthcare, HIPAA. I mean, I've had folks that I've spoken with where I said, if you got audited today, you'd be out of business. Is it really something that you think you can push down the road? No. Do you care about your clients and the services you're providing? Yes. Okay, let's have some real conversations. When you want to prepare for growth, you're working to sell your business, you want to go to that next level. Is your IT where you need it to be now? And is it also where it's scalable, where you don't have to knock everything down and rebuild once you hit that growth mode? So I have a startup, I'll use as an example. Okay, well, they want to start a business where their ultimate goal is going after government contracts. But they're using Gmail. They might be sharing passwords. Things are really, you get it. You're starting up. It's hard. You don't want to spend more money than you have to. Well, there's affordable ways to make sure that we lay the foundation so that when and as you grow, we can start putting that structure out for your house and protect that house so that when that contract comes along, you can jump on it. All right, incidents versus protection. I'm actually going to look at some of the slides here. So I'm going to go to number 2, downtime. Small businesses average 23 days of downtime after an attack. Can you afford to not reply to your clients, send out proposals, ship products, whatever your business case may be? I know we couldn't. So let's make sure you're taking the steps once again. Are you testing those steps? How do you know your disaster recovery is working? Ransomware. I couldn't have been more excited when our sales training this year, I found out we were rolling out ransomware protection for our clients. Standard part of that managed IT. Average cost to recover, $1.85 million. Let that sink in. And most antivirus that's standard in the industry, it doesn't fill that gap. It's looking for malware. It's looking for antivirus, anything, but ransomware is different, folks. It's leaving little crumbs along the way. So it's important to make sure, once again, you have disaster recovery, you have backups, and you have the partners, because we can't know it all, to make sure that you're taking those appropriate steps. So, in the numbers, it's estimated that for every dollar spent on cybersecurity, you can prevent up to $9 in costs related to a breach. Personally, I think that's actually a low number. But, in phishing protection, 74% of US small businesses experienced a successful phishing attack in 2022. I had clients calling me, they were going through one and they said, Carin, nobody will even open their email because we don't know what to trust. That's no bueno. So we want to make sure we're preventing things like this. And while yes, insurance costs have increased year over year, having, and I have some good cyber insurance friends here, having robust security protection can result in significant savings to help leverage that. And the business you go after and you're able to win by having adequate insurance and cyber protection can make up for it. So when we look at the amount of small businesses that actually account for the cyber attacks every year, it's important to ensure that you're not only looking at it as day-to-day business, good hygiene, you have other insurance, you have other steps that you're taking, but really looking at you're ensuring the future of your business, be it preparing for sale and now more attractive because we're a safe risk, or I want to know that these folks who I help them pay their incomes, my clients that we provide services to and we're taking care of, we're going to be able to keep doing it. So along those lines, this is a fact that I do know is accurate. 60% of small businesses go out of business within 6 months after a cyber incident. I've had prospects that we were talking to and then they got hit and that's why they went dark on me. Well, sad to find out that 6 months later, part of why everything went dark was because they were fired and everything, they could never recover. So I've already touched on some of these things. I like having the numbers up here. Being a trusted partner and being able to open up new business opportunities. Going after a healthcare client, but they have HIPAA requirements. Folks, you're going after a financial business, they want you to be SOC 2. These different areas, it all starts with having that proper foundation and then taking the steps to build on it so that it meets you both financially and operationally with where you are and where you're planning to go.